Hi everyone, welcome to another Out and About. RJ Fritz with my good friend and pal here, Gene Okerlund of pro wrestling fame. And Gino, we're going to set out to do a little walleye fishing, a little lake trout fishing, but first of all, of course, we're going to take a look at our Boundary Waters trip we took earlier.
Well, I've spent some time in the Boundary Waters and right across the Minnesota-Ontario border up in Quetico Provincial Park, and some of the most beautiful country in the entire world. Matter of fact, I'd like to take a look at how your trip went.
Matter of fact, we're going to do that right now.
We're going to start here at Fall Lake. We're going to basically head up northeast and then a little bit northwest, but we're going to start here.
Welcome to Minnesota's Arrowhead region and a spot known as the BWCAW, the Boundary Waters Canoe Area Wilderness. If you've been here before, then you can relate to our group of 8 men who have suddenly become kids again.
And from there, we'll go up about another 3-4 miles and head up towards Basswood Falls, right up in this area here.
We invite you to come with us and see why hearts become happy as we set out with packed canoes on a 4-day visit in Minnesota's beautiful Boundary Waters. Over 1 million acres, over 1,000 lakes and rivers, 1,200 miles on canoe routes to explore. It's one of the most heavily used wilderness areas in the world, with over 200,000 visitors each year. Now, I've been here before, but that was years ago, and let me tell you, it's always best to have some seasoned veterans in your camp, which we did. So after putting in at Fall Lake, just outside Ely, Minnesota, we paddled 15 miles the first day. A couple of portages slowed the process, but it beat smashing the canoe to smithereens in the rapids. At times, the rapids were a bit more on the tame side, so to save some time, we managed to avoid a few portages. By the time we arrive at our campsite near the Canadian border, it's mid-afternoon. We quickly set up camp, get things organized in a hurry, and for good reason. We needed enough time to do some fishing. We're going to need to catch some fish, or the food on the table is going to be a little sparse tonight. Now, that's about the extent of the pressure here in the Boundary Waters, because actually, the fishing's pretty predictable up here. Make your casts, and you should catch enough for dinner, which is exactly what we did. Mainly smallmouth bass with northern and walleye tossed in for good measure. An ample supply of fillets for the old palate. Luckily, our camp leader is our camp cook, Dave Stoltenberg. Now, not only does Dave cook up a mean meal on an open fire, he's been coming up here for some 34 years, so he knows exactly what to bring and what to leave home.
Having the conveniences of home up here are nice, but it's the price you pay, of course, is on the portages and all the extra packing. But you know, I think trying to go as light as you possibly can and try to minimize what you're bringing up. Just the essentials: a lightweight tent, a light sleeping bag in the summer, especially. On food, go as light as you can. If you're going to have fish, some cornmeal and oil or something like that for frying up your fish.
Now, Dave's a principal at Frazee, Minnesota's elementary school, and he knows the value of teaching school kids about the outdoor experience. Dave's been bringing them up here for years as part of an outdoor program he started.
Nearly every kid that comes up here, or anybody, an adult, whether it's an adult for the first time or a kid, most times it's 99% return. They want to come back up here, and it becomes sort of a lifelong obsession with them.
As for being dubbed the official camp cook, our unfamous Dave Stoltenberg, relishes the role.
I'm a little bit envious and jealous if somebody else grabs the pot holders or the leather gloves and the fry pan. So I've done quite a bit of it, and I enjoy it. I really do.
I think we ought to have a round of applause for Dave the cook. Hey!
The all-you-can-eat light was on for the whole trip. Just ask photographer Donnie Kushel.
There you go, Donnie.
After the meal, the storytelling continues for some, while for others, well, one other, a quick nap is in order, because tomorrow is going to be another big day. Every day is a big day in the Boundary Waters, starting with a beautiful sunrise. The canoes are waiting, anticipating another day of action. A nearby Goldeneye is already having breakfast. The early morning fog bank will soon be burned off by Mr. Sun. One youngster practices for flight. Fall isn't too far away. Greg Gady and I are up early. Can't wait to wet a line. All we have to worry about is getting back for breakfast. We fish the fog with a family of Goldeneyes. Greg's a numbers pusher back in the Twin Cities, so the teamwork of a physical trip plus the serenity suits him just fine.
It kind of rotates. I mean, everyone digs in. I mean, yesterday, Brad and I made a wood run. You fill the canoe with wood, and guys working on fires, guys working on cleaning the fish, different guys setting up the tents. I mean, it is a team effort.
Uh-oh, almost forgot. We got to get back for breakfast. It's blueberry season, and Joe Huss has his crew out picking those delectable delicacies. You see, Joe makes the finest blueberry pancakes in the 5-state region. Joe's is also the most guarded recipe in pancake history.
The picked on the north side were the shadiest ones, which are always the tastiest ones.
What else you putting in there?
Well, that's all I can give away.
Joe's a dentist back in the Twin Cities when he's not winning blue ribbons for his blueberry pancakes. Well, they call him Painless Joe. His cakes sure fill a cavity in the old stomach. After breakfast, it's back to the lakes and streams. The sun's burnt off the fog, and as the Bertie Higgins recording goes, it's just another day in paradise. We brought mosquito and bug head nets, but didn't need them. Although we did see lots of buggy activity on the water, or is that a new computer video game there? We also witnessed some marvelous scenery and plenty of wildlife, like this family of ducks that appeared to be pulling Bruce Johnson's canoe. Now, Bruce was our infield chemist when he wasn't fishing. Bruce was in charge of keeping our water pure. He's originally from this area and knows the importance of filtering the water.
There's all kinds of microorganisms in the water, and there's a pretty nasty bacteria called Giardia.
So this has a special filter that takes care of all that.
Exactly, there's a little filter in here that will take care of all that.
Does it do anything to the taste of the water?
No, it actually tastes pretty good. I mean, if you look at this water, it's not the clearest water, but by the time we're done here, it's gonna look pretty good and it's gonna taste even better.
Wouldn't mind if I took a shot of that, would you?
Let's try it.
They say the proof is in the pudding, or the water in this case. Wow, that's just like out of the tap at home, isn't it?
And from pure water to a pure fishing contest. We had a contest to see who'd catch the biggest smallmouth bass on a top water Fritzy fish stick. The winner had to be verified by your canoeing partner that day. Stay with us. We'll see who wins that battle and check out the whopper that won it. Plus, we'll show you what to do to keep the critters out of camp. And later, a sticky situation as we visit a syrup factory in the woods. Still ahead on Out and About.